What is good, ladies and gentlemen? We are back in the building once again. I am here with the homie Hollywood J-Blaq, who's probably still rocking out to the NXT music, to the NWO music right now. We are here, as you see right under our names, with the best damn wrestling talk show on the internet, the Industry Outsiders. How you doing today, Mr. Black?
You know how we do. We good. Had a little bit of weather difficulty, but we are back live and back in the saddle, ready to do our thing as usual, sir.
Yes, sir. So we're going to be talking about, of course, you see the background right there, the In Your House pay-per-view tomorrow night on the WWE Network.
Yep.
But before we get into that, we got to talk about what has happened over the last few weeks in AEW, WWE, NXT. We found out recently that Matt Riddle has been called up to SmackDown.
Yep. Actually excited about that one, and I'll break that down when we get to the SmackDown. When we start talking about SmackDown, I'll break down the impact of Matt Riddle and what that actually means. So,
so let's start with the big fish here. Let's talk AEW real quick. They're coming off of a huge, successful pay-per-view in the Jaguar Stadium, the Stadium Stampede match, which was great, fucking awesome to watch.
Yep.
We got Cody Rhodes exercising his demons of Lance Cade.
In a vicious and brutal match, by the way. It was.
Yep.
It did not disappoint in that one. This Double or Nothing was considered one of the best pay-per-views AEW has yet to put on, and a shoe-in for pay-per-view of the year, even better than WrestleMania, some people are calling it. WrestleMania.
Because you had the undercard with Jungle Boy Jack Perry against MJF, which was phenomenal.
Yes.
Unfortunately, so he couldn't compete in the ladder match, but we got Brian Cage making his debut.
Yeah. Even though, it was pre-taped, that match, the match that Phoenix got injured in, it was pre-taped. So Phoenix had about 2 weeks to recover, and that wasn't the case. So I knew when I saw it, and I saw him land about nothing but his ass on the Go Home show. I was like, he's not making it to the pay-per-view. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
We're lucky Orange Cassidy made it after, Phoenix did the Liu Kang fucking kick your head off fatality to him on the ramp a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was all bad. One thing I do notice though about since all this lockdown has been happening and social distancing and all this shit and blah blah blah, a lot less leaks have been able, a lot less confirmed leaks have been able to come from backstage from both AEW and WWE.
Now you know why they both fired a bunch of people during this. Oh, you guys were leaking this shit. Okay, fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't trust shit that's going on. There was some point where Drew Gulak was supposed to be in AEW, and that quickly about a week after that he was signed. There was rumors about what's his name?
Teresita.
Yeah, hello Teresita. How you doing? There was rumors about what's his name? Who was his name? Your boy Drake Maverick going back to Impact. That didn't happen.
No, we're going to talk a lot about Drake Maverick today.
Yeah,
and Drew Gulak, because this week has probably been the biggest week for both of their careers.
Yeah. And now it's coming out that there could be potential. All these people that got let go could be coming back, and that's another thing.
Well, they offered them lesser contracts than they had. EC3 did do a video with Curtis Axel that was showing that they're impact bound, but you never know.
Yeah, but I mean, Impact likes to tease that shit, and we're almost at the point where, like down here in Florida, live audiences may be able to come back with social distancing. Mm-hmm. So, Impact is filmed right here in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios.
You guys got NXT, AEW, and fucking Impact.
That's right. Hey,
we got Ring of Honor here in Vegas.
Which I want to go to that show, but hell, I really wish that Double or Nothing could have been in Vegas, but it is what it is. I can't slack it. They said had the casinos been open, they would have did Double or Nothing in AEW. I mean, in Vegas, but it is what it is. But yes, you are right. Like I said, I'm just happy about the lack of falsehood and false information being spread out there. You actually
giving away storylines.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit. This is wrestling. We love kayfabe. Kayfabe is not dead. Okay?
Yes. So are we saying that the coronavirus has saved wrestling? Is that what we're almost?
Okay. I have a couple of truths to tell you about this. What coronavirus has given us, we actually know who can cut promos and who cannot. Hence why MVP is now with Bobby Lashley, and you barely hear a lot of his voice anymore.
And even on top of that, which is like the best part of this, MVP was supposed to be a producer. He was supposed to be nothing but a backstage producer.
Yeah, now he's an in-ring talent again.
Yeah, once they realized, holy shit, not only could he wrestle, but he's magic on the microphone as usual. Yeah, we're going to need that.
We always knew MVP was magic on the mic. I mean, especially when he was over the Impact working with Bobby Lashley.
No, which is true. But it's one of those things that nobody was like. I mean, I felt like when he came back initially and he had his last match with Rey Mysterio, and that was a wrap, right?
He had his Brett Favre last match.
Yeah, and that was not the case. You know what I'm saying? That was like really not the case. Like I felt that like, okay, now he's going to do a backstage thing, maybe do a couple segments here and there, and it'll be straight. Nope, that's not the case. My man has went full steam ahead. They've realized the talent that is MVP, which I'm like, he's always been this way? What the hell are y'all tripping off of? But, whatever.
It's because he was gone from the WWE for so long, and admittedly, when he was there the first time, he didn't really give a shit about being there.
Well, yeah, because once they didn't give him a title shot and then push him up to the upper echelon, which I felt that at the very least MVP should have been a world champion, if not the WWE champion.
His whole thing faded out after his U.S. title run with Matt Hardy.
Yeah, but see, they had a perfect face run with him. Remember when your boy lost every single part of his interest? They said every time he lost the match, he lose money and lose part of his interest. They took away the pyro. They took away the thing that he came out of. The tunnel, the whole shit. They took away the whole shit, and then he had to have a match with Big Show, or else he was gonna get fired. And then Triple H helped him beat Big Show, and then he got all the shit back again and became like one of the biggest faces in WWE again. Like that's when you need to strike when the iron's hot. Like
he suffered the same fate as Kenny Anderson. Got hot, got injured. Got hot, got injured. Got hot, got injured. Got hot. His old gang life came back to bite him. Got hot, got injured.
But the gang life was actually the best part about it. He embraced it, and the crowd loved. I mean, at some point, you got to let the man, you got to find out what you got. If you're gonna give him prominent TV time, and he has the fan support, he has this, man, let that man roll. Very easily in that time, he could have been a heavyweight champion. I think easily.
We got off topic. We'll talk about AEW for somehow turn into the MVP show real quick.
Well, I know. Well, okay, so back to AEW. Okay, so leading up into Double or Nothing, Brian Cage made it. He won the what is it? It's not the All-In ladder match, but
as the best hype man for this man.
Yeah, Taz as a manager, I'm here for it. If Taz can get like a couple cats together, Brian Cage as his centerpiece and a couple cats, maybe a tag team or something, dude. Imagine him being the hype man for what's his name, who the team that just fought for the tag team championship this past Thursday.
You're talking about Kip Sabian
and Jimmy Havoc.
Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah, like he could easily be the hype man for them. I mean, Kip Sabian is a good promo, no doubt.
No, I don't. You know what I don't understand about that match?
What?
How did Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc get a tag team title match before the team that won the number one contendership in the pre-show of Double or Nothing, the Best Friends?
Because that's always a money shot. But they had a match between Kip Sabian, what you call it? It was a number one contender match right after that. So it was another number one contender. I think it was Best Friends, and it was them. They had a number one contender match, and then that's how Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc won. So that there was that match that made it. That said, it didn't necessarily make them number one contenders.
They just booked it very confusingly.
Yeah. I mean, what Best Friends versus Omega and Hangman Page is going to be freaking lit.
Fyter Fest? Oh, that's going to be fucking lit.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
Speaking of Fyter Fest, Orange Cassidy. This man done pissed off the Inner Circle.
Mm-hmm.
He done pissed off Brian Cage.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a on a shot of Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
He had a hell of a segment on there with Brandy Rose. I showed that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Is Orange Cassidy the future of wrestling?
Yeah, and dude, keep in mind he's smaller than Chris Jericho, which is like one of those weird things. So, like for a small cat, my man's is bigger and larger than life, bro. I love Orange Cassidy. Dude is like for doing simple shit and like not caring. Dude is like legitimately one of the best talents AEW has ever produced. I mean, and they book him the way that you're supposed to. They book him as the biggest deal. Like,
but they didn't even produce him. He was doing this shit in the Indies for years.
No, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they booked him, but they're booking him like the biggest of big deals. Like, think about it. Who else has ever been booked like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like he's almost untouchable. Dude had a classic match with Pac. Classic. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, you got to be like, yo, this dude is for real.
So the funniest part about this whole situation is Chris Jericho has something very awkward going on with Mike Tyson, who apparently doesn't know how to rip a shirt off. But I'm not going to go there right now. So he's calling out the baddest man on the planet. And here comes Freshly Squeezed. And he puts Chris Jericho's hands in his belt.
Yeah, which was like, okay.
Because Jake Hagar was in the ring.
I was like, oh, wow. This was – so I'm imagining at Fyter Fest that this is going to be Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy, which is going to be – dude, you understand, like – I'm here for it.
I'm laughing, but I'm all for it.
Like, dude, like that needs to be the main event. But real talk, I can honestly see as the next TNT champion being Orange Cassidy.
And that's where I was going next. Jungle Boy Jack Perry probably wrestled the best match of his life. This past Wednesday night against Cody Rhodes. Yeah. And I love it. And I feel that we're getting to a nice little booking point. Can you hear me better now? Yeah.
Okay. So I'm getting to a nice little booking point. Now, peep game. So this is the booking that they should have did with Brock Lesnar during the title run where he fought Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, everybody that he fought in that six.
Your voice just went all loud and shit. Then it went back to normal.
Okay, what about now? Is that better?
Yeah, it did it for like a half a second, then it went back to normal.
Okay, so Remember that year that Brock Lesnar fought everyone? Like I said, when he fought Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and as the year went down, his matches got tougher and tougher and tougher. This is the storyline that Cody Rhodes should be following. That yes, he's going to defend it every week, but the matches are going to be tougher and tougher and tougher and tougher, and to the point where he faces Orange Cassidy, and he's not going to take this man seriously. And Orange Cassidy is gonna accidentally win the TV title, and that's gonna set Cody Rhodes off on the heel run to end all heel runs.
Now I'm about to bring up. They booked Cody Rhodes in this match as a heel.
Well, you got to, because
he was bullying Jungle Boy. He was disrespecting Jungle Boy.
No.
Then he headbutted the wall. And then you see the ferocity that Jungle Boy has never shown come out in that match.
Yeah. And everybody's about to write off Mark Quinn in this match that's coming up on this Wednesday. But I'm like...
No, they have the wrong booking there. It is Ray Phoenix against Cody Rhodes this week.
No, Phoenix is not hurt. Phoenix is injured. They've already filmed the show.
The last thing I said, they said they put the wrong picture up, and it is Phoenix.
Yeah, no, it's not Phoenix. It's Mark Quinn. Yeah, that was wrong. Phoenix was wrong. He's fighting Mark Quinn. They've been talking about that like all day on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
Well, isn't he hurt too? Because I know he hurt his leg in that six-man tag.
Yeah, but he was fine. He came back and wrestled this past Wednesday. So he's good to go. So, but yeah. It was out of the weird that Mark Quinn got a shot, but I think it's to kind of establish this cat as like a legitimate contender. It's kind of like the Scorpio Sky type of push. I'm here for it. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm here for it. I mean, Cody Rhodes is always is $1 million and elevates whoever he's in the ring with. I mean, Shawn Spears was looking like $1 million at some point in every single match that he had with Cody Rhodes. To the point where Cody Rhodes had to put him down with 3 crossroads in order to seal the victory.
Then Shawn Spears had a picture of Tully Blanchard on his cock.
and then Tully Blanchard gave him the cussing out, the end all cussing outs. I was like,
and then gave him the Wyndham glove.
Yeah. What's in the glove? Pain. That's what's in the glove. I think
Shawn Spears is going to turn his shit around.
I think so. I'm here for it. I like it.
I do too. So now let's talk about Jon Moxley.
Oh,
and Brody Lee, that physical ass thing they had at fucking Double or Nothing.
That match was brutal, and as it should have been, considering both of these men in history. Like, if this match wasn't as brutal as it was, then I would have doubted the legitimacy of it. But you can tell what it's going to take to be the world heavyweight the TNT champion, and now the bracket between TNT champion and world champion has just gotten that much larger. Yes, if you want to be the TNT champion, you're going to have to beat Cody Rhodes, which is one of the most technically sound, one of the most experienced, gifted wrestlers in the world. But if you want to step into Moxley land, brother, let me tell you something, Mean Gene, okay? Cody Rhodes land and Moxley world are 2 different levels, and Moxley proved that. Even in the regular match that he just had, I think it was this past week or the week before, Mox is that
that dude.
Prepare to die or bleed or something when you face Mox, man. That's like a prerequisite. You're gonna have to lose a pint of blood or something fucking with Mox.
So the magic of Taz came out in that promo this past Wednesday with Brian Cage and then Mox talking about, yeah, you can beat me. I'm mortal, but you got to kill me to take the title.
Yeah, which is a match that goes on long is going to benefit Jon Moxley more than anybody. Jon Moxley will go 60 minutes with you, and then go another 60 if it means keeping his title. Okay, so Brian Cage, like, I don't see him as a WWE. I mean, not WWE. I really don't see him as a WWE championship, but I don't see him as AEW champion yet. I feel like this is going to be a big test to show what Brian Cage is really made of in the main event scene. Yes, I understand that he was the Impact champion. He has held world titles in both Was it in both TNA? He's held it, and he was a heavyweight champion in Lucha Underground, right?
Yes, until he met Jeff Cobb. Yes.
Yes. So I don't see myself sold on Brian Cage. It is not yet. Not yet. I think that he needs to face Jon Moxley and prove that he even belongs in AEW. And then if he comes close to beating him or steps in the Moxley world and gives him a fight for his life, then maybe we can say something. But until then,
because apparently they do have history.
Yeah, they do.
So it should be interesting. I'm excited for that match. I think it's going to be a fucking war.
Like, understand that Combat Zone Wrestling has put a lot of people. There's a lot of people in Combat Zone that have fought each other. Brody Lee and Jon Moxley fought each other in Combat Zone before they fought in WWE. You know, and NXT. So, I mean, you're gonna see a lot of CZW throwbacks coming this bitch. At least a bunch of them.
All right. So the last thing about AEW, I'm going to ask you about is the biggest storyline coming out of Dynamite. Is Colt Cabana about to join the Brody Lee's faction?
He needs to stop losing and start winning. Let me tell you that, right? Colt, they've been telling a long-term story with Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana has faced 3 top-tier wrestlers going into AEW since his AEW debut. All 3 matches, he has come this close to beating whoever he's faced. Brody Lee in the tournament. I think it was in the tournament that he fought Brody Lee. No, whoever he fought in the tournament, he came this close and lost. He fought Brody Lee, came this close. And
lost. He fought Lance Archer.
Lance Archer, yeah, he fought. Yeah, so he fought Lance Archer in the tournament, came that close. He really brought it to Lance Archer. That's Colt Cabana's experience cannot be denied. Okay, so like that close, and it was a wrap. And so this last match that he just fought was that close, and it was a wrap. I don't know if we're going to see a full transition. I think it might be teased, but it's going to be Brody. I think it's going to be Brody Lee's next big feud is going to be with Colt Cabana. And it sounds funny on paper because when you think Colt Cabana, ha ha, he, whatever.
Bang, bang, yeah. Bang, bang.
Yeah, yeah, but understand that Colt Cabana ain't no bitch. I say this again. Colt Cabana ain't no bitch.
So I'm breaking down for everybody right now. Colt Cabana was once tag team partners and blood rivals with both CM Punk and Sami O'Callahan.
Oh, and Daniel Bryan. You know, let's really break it down. Don't underestimate Colt Boom Boom Cabana, okay?
He's a happy guy, but he will fuck you up.
Oh yeah, easily. I think that it may be teased that he might join, or maybe one of the stipulations that he'll have a match with Brody Lee, and if he loses, he has to join the Dark Order.
So I know a lot of people don't know about this 3-man tag team that is going to, once the international flights get reopened, is going to come and rain hell on AEW because they were doing it before COVID, and that is the Death Triangle of Pac and the Lucha Brothers. That is the most dangerous group in the world.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like, I'm waiting for all this to settle down and the flights to come in, which we're now pointing toward July as things getting settled back, which I'm excited for a few things that are going on with a few international superstars, including one Jordan Devlin in NXT, but we'll get to that in a little while. But yes, Pac coming back is going to be beautiful.
Him and fucking Pentagon?
Yeah. Also, when the shit dies down, the Dark Order at full strength is going to be amazing. Remember, the Dark Order was the number 1 contenders for the tag team championships, which is the reason why they've been having interim number 1 contenders and subsequent matches the next week. Because the Dark Order have been the number 1 contenders. Stu Grayson and Uno have only lost 1 match in 2019. So, in 2020. I think they only lost 1 match in 2019 and only 1 match in 2020. And so I can't wait for this to go down. Like, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Evil Uno and Brody Lee promos to start. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, like the Dark Order at full strength is going to make things interesting. I feel that Another contender that AEW can have for the television title, TNT Championship, is Brody Lee. They say all this goes wrong, go bad. Brody Lee can come in, take out Cody Rhodes, prove that he is the winner of the Dark Order, and he needs that championship. Brody Lee needs something, and the Dark Order needs something, and it's got to be some championships. Something's got to change hands, or else the Dark Order's message is going to go unheralded, really, to be dead honest with you.
And last, and certainly not least, we need to give a severe shout out to Hikaru Shida for what she did to Nyla Rose at Double or Nothing.
One of the most brutal matches in the women's division since the first championship match between Nyla Rose. Oh my God, I forget her name. I'm so bad with this. Riho, yes. So remember that first match was brutal, the first one. But this Hikaru Shida Nyla Rose match?
And especially, you had to feel bad for Shida in this match because coming off her best friend's suicide. Her fellow star, what the hell is that promotion called? The women's promotion in Japan.
It's called.
Huh?
I said it's called Star something. I forget what it's called.
Coming off her suicide, it was a very emotional win, and she broke a kendo stick across Nyla Rose's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and that moved into what happened with Nyla Rose and Big Swole this week, because Big Swole was taking a lot of face shots on Nyla Rose's chin.
Yeah, right.
And Britt Baker is the MVP right now.
Oh yeah, right now she's gonna be out for a couple months. Britt Baker is one of the best promos in wrestling right now, and especially for women. But I mean, all bullshit aside, she's legit. Love fucking Britt Baker, man.
All right, so now we are going to move on to Monday Night Raw, where we have seen Apollo fucking Crews, Mr. Hoo-Ha Nation himself, become the U.S. champion. Not only become the U.S. champion, but follow up with victories over Andrade and Kevin Owens in back-to-back weeks.
Yo, well, I mean, the Kevin Owens one was a little convoluted, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Angel Garza is trying to make himself a big deal right now.
I wouldn't do that, pissing off Kevin Owens, but
going at Batman is probably not the best. The best thing you could do there, Mr. Angel.
Yeah. But all bullshit aside, Apollo Crews, we knew that the rumors of a push was coming. They've been saying that for a while, ever since the shakeup, the superstar shakeup, the draft, or whatever it was a little while ago.
And then because he didn't wrestle for 90 days, he was able to be traded, and he ended up on Raw. Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been waiting for this. My problem with the Apollo Crews is that I miss Uha Nation. I think I've said this before in the previous show. I miss Uha, man. I miss how cocky Uha was. I miss how angry Uha was. There's a little bit of Uha left in him. Like when he gets riled up and ready to go, there's some Uha Nation in there.
We've seen that this Monday when Kevin Owens talked about, I don't want charity, you know what I'm saying? And you saw Apollo get mad at that shit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what? No, this ain't charity, bro.
Yeah. But everybody's underestimating this dude. I mean, excuse me. Everybody's underestimating this dude. I'm just like, man, y'all better stop underestimating this dude. Like, this dude is like legitimately legitimate.
And some of the rumors out there right now is that he is actually going to be joining the MVP Lashley faction here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with, because MVP can hype this man up like nobody else can. So.
Oh yeah, I just want him to be heel. If Uha Nation can be heel, I'll be fine. If we can bring back heel Uha, I'm good with it. I'm happy with it. I know he's probably happy, smiling, happy to be the champion. I don't like that. Not with him. It's not what made him who he was. What made him who he was is he was cocky, but he was also an ass kicker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know who the most upset person is right now at Apollo Crews?
Who?
Jordan Miles, because he still was gimmick. Anyway.
Damn. But they're best friends almost. Oh.
So what else we got going? We have, for some reason, I still didn't know why Austin Theory was part of the Andrade Angel Garza stable, but now he is with somebody that makes more sense. He is part of the Messiah and the Disciples, who have 2 more members, but one has been injured for 6 months, and that man is known as Razor. Yeah. Don't forget, the AOP is sided with Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Which I'm like, dude, just one AOP member would have been fine. Like, shit. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, I understand you probably want them on TV as both of them as a tag team. Listen, if you got at least one healthy AOP member, you better ride with that dude, man. One is enough to have somebody dead. Remember when the one AOP dude just like took out the team, the one team with Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe by himself? Come on, man. Like, dude. Really, they like show you that's how it's done in fucking whatever language that's how you say it, that's how it's done in whatever language you speak.
They're what, Albanian or something like that?
Some shit I don't fucking know, but he did it and he said that's how it's done. Fuck it.
What do you think of the Messiah gimmick right now? Where we stand right now?
This is Hollywood Hogan NWO levels of resurrection of your career. Everybody hated Seth Rollins because he was always tried to be the best baby face that he can be. And that's not what we wanted. We wanted burn it down Seth Rollins, anarchist Seth Rollins. And we never could get that. This gimmick, but be careful what you wish for, crowd. This is what happens. That Messiah God complex that everybody's saying that he has, it's now a fucking gimmick. This is what you get. You hate to love it, and you love to hate it. Shit, I'm here for it.
He's combined Tyler Black with Seth Rollins. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is what he has done.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Listen, one of the most compelling heels in wrestling right now, with this Rey Mysterio beef.
And with the rumors that Dominique might be one of his disciples after the storyline.
I'm hoping that they're wrong. I'm hoping that Dominic fucking takes this dude out by accident or on purpose or something, man, because we just can't have this nigga win this feud. You can't, just taking niggas, amassing a stable of followers and disciples, and then what?
And then it's Brock Lesnar. Oh.
Yeah, good luck with that. Remember the WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania, after Seth Rollins stole the title with the Money in the Bank? Remember how that went?
Yep.
Yeah, remember what happened? People died?
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
Brock Lesnar. We also had probably one of the best opening Raw matches in a long time between Seth Rollins and Aleister Black. And Aleister Black getting the clean victory over Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah, had to. They've been trying to establish Aleister Black as the next big star.
Dude's a beast.
He is. He's the best striker in WWE, hands down. There's no question about that. Dude can catch you from anywhere with that black mask. He can catch you from anywhere with just about anything. I mean,
I want him and Buddy Murphy to have a few more matches because they have the best matches.
You just want a good fight. That's what you want.
Damn right.
Okay, fine. You can have a good fight. All right, I'm here for you, and you can have a good fight. However, I need Aleister Black to get a belt. Dude was probably one of the best NXT champions that NXT had. Defended that belt constantly. I need an Intercontinental Championship, a U.S. title. I need him. Here we go. I need him to be the guy that sets Apollo Crews off into a different level. Okay.
Kick him so hard, knock him back to hoo-ha. Is that what you want to do?
Yes. And I mean, kick him so hard, he gets his intro back. Ooh, ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ha.
When I've seen Aleister Black knock motherfucking teeth out.
Exactly. That's who we need back. I'm sorry. I got to take a bite of this donut real quick.
Oh, you're good. You always eat on these streams anyway. You're good. We also have Big Daddy Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley fixing to go to an Impact War.
I watched the match one time. It was I think it was Bobby Roode versus Bobby Lashley. And in that match, it was for the Impact Championship. In that match, both Drew McIntyre and MVP interfered in that match. And then subsequently, I watched the Vegas Street Brawl. It was a Philly Street Brawl between Bobby Lashley and MVP. I'm like, these dudes have fought angles where they were on the same side, damn near wanted to kill each other. What the hell is going on? It is 2020, and men that were on the same side with each other about 4 years ago are now trying to kill each other all once again. I love it.
Well, now we have Bobby Lashley actually being compelling TV for the first time in his WWE career. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Not only is it compelling TV, to me, it's one of those.
Just remind the folks why he did that. Remember, read that right there. The best damn wrestling talk show on the internet.
Just remember. All right, so keep two things in mind, okay? Bobby Lashley is massively full of talent. Bobby Lashley is also the worst promo in the business. I mean, which is why he had Leo Rush, which is one of the best promos in the business. And which is why he has MVP now, which is one of the best promos in the business. Why they did this whole thing with Lana drives me fucking crazy. I hate this. I hate the Lana shit.
Does it drive you crazy because it basically cost Rusev his WWE career?
Yep. Thank you. So finally somebody fucking said it. We went from Rusev Day and cheering on Rusev and hoping that he would carry the U.S. title to great heights, and then they just like fucked him because you know what I felt. You know what Rusev Day was like? Zack Ryder.
Yeah, he was self-made, and we all know that WWE does not like self-made people.
Mm-hmm. And now this dude's going to become a megastar somewhere else, and WWE is going to fuck up.
Well, from what I've heard from Rusev, he's retiring from wrestling. He's got a gaming channel that's taking off right now.
I know, but if somebody throws you, unless Microsoft is willing to throw a bunch of millions of dollars like they did with Ninja in gaming, Rusev needs to do what he's known to do, which is something with wrestling. I'm sorry. I love Rusev. His gaming channel is funny. I watched it, but
it's a lot better than Ronda Rousey's.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's for damn sure. But Rusev is a wrestler for a reason because he knows how to wrestle and he's good at it. And there's a lot of money involved. Rusev could easily be a dude. He could easily run roughshod through TNA Impact and be their champion for years and would have a huge following. I think same thing with Ring of Honor. He could easily come in and dominate Ring of Honor. AEW is going to be a little bit different because he'll be fine until he has to run into John Moxley. But WWE really dropped the ball on that one. They really fucked up. I don't know. And it's funny because Lana re-signed her contract a while back, which is like, all right, why'd you do that? But then fuck it. It is what it is. I don't know. It's just
all right, so we're going to skip NXT right now because NXT is the pay-per-view, so we'll segue like that. Let's go over to SmackDown.
Okay.
Braun Strowman is about to kill and mutilate and murder Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho. But where the fuck is Bray Wyatt?
Recovering from a small injury.
And JoJo just had another baby, didn't she?
Yeah, and she had the baby. It's a small injury, and then the baby. The whole plan is that he's gonna re-debut to come back. Like the Fiend is gonna come after Braun Strowman to set up a SummerSlam match, which that's the plan. But I don't know how they're gonna use the Fiend because obviously Braun Strowman couldn't be broken by Bray Wyatt. So the Fiend, how are you gonna break Braun Strowman as the Fiend? This is gonna be.
they're not going to break Braun Strowman. I think he's going to try and mutilate Braun Strowman.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Maybe that'd be a different way of doing it. Every time he appears, he fucks up Braun Strowman in some fast way.
Because if you think about it, that last promo Bray Wyatt cut with the Braun Strowman thing, after their match, Bray Wyatt was talking to The Fiend and he said, "I'm sorry, I thought I could bring him back."
Yeah. And
then The Fiend face flashed, and yeah.
So that's something that's good that you got to look into now. So if they book this right, like I said, you can book it all the way until SummerSlam because Backlash is 2 weeks away now, right?
Yeah, it's next Sunday.
So next Sunday, you give maybe an individual match to Morrison, individual match to Miz, and then you set up SummerSlam sometime in after whatever next pay-per-view is, somewhere around there. But it has to be Fiend versus Strowman for SummerSlam. It can't be anything else. Like Roman Reigns may be back by then. I doubt it because coronavirus is apparently a permanent thing, and who fucking knows how the shit's gonna be. But all bullshit aside, that's the only person that I think is going to be able to take the title off of Strowman and call it a wrap. No Daniel Bryan, no AJ Styles, none of that. This is the booking that they should have done for Braun Strowman, 2 years ago. They're 2 years late, and the WWE 2K19 tells you that they're 2 years late because guess who was the fucking WWE champion in 2K19? Braun fucking Strowman. They booked themselves into a corner again. They booked this Fiend as this unbeatable guy. Then they fucked him over with Goldberg, but then
Goldberg.
Yeah, and then at the same time, they made him like the biggest star, booking him with this John Cena and the Firefly Funhouse and the Bray Wyatt shit. Like WWE's got to figure out what they want to do. At some point, and I'm sorry, they really need to figure out how they want to handle this. You got to make it. I know he doesn't care about the championship too much, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's where they made a mistake. Is the Fiend never should have been defending the championship. That belt was won by Bray Wyatt. Keep them separate entities.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's tough. It's tough when you when you have an unbeatable monster who's also supposed to be a quasi demon. You know what I'm saying?
So I can see them putting the strap back on Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam up until WrestleMania against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and you can imagine the Anybody But You storyline remaking its way back again.
Which could actually turn into a heel Roman Reigns run, which is what he probably needs.
Yeah, most definitely.
I like Roman Reigns now that they're not jamming him down our throats.
I'm just glad that he's not fighting. All I can tell you is I'm glad that he's not fighting Baron Corbin. That's all I could really say. You know me. I've spoke about this many times on the show. Baron Corbin is a heat stealer because they put him in matches like 5, 6, 7, 8 times for several pay-per-views back to back on multi pay-per-views with multi-branded pay-per-views back to back. Even pay-per-views that weren't even branded SmackDown. Somehow Baron Corbin and whoever he's fighting, guess what? He's on the fucking pay-per-view. You know what
Baron Corbin's heat level is at right now?
What?
His heat level with Batista's was when he grabbed Rey Mysterio Jr. by his throat and said, "Eddie's dead." That's where Baron Corbin's at right now.
Yeah, well, I need the hacker to show that Baron Corbin and what's his name? Baron Corbin and Sheamus were behind the whole Jeff Hardy shit. And Elias comes back with a vengeance. Elias and Jeff Hardy form an alliance against these two, take them out at SummerSlam, and we can finally close this shit out.
So what did you think of the sexy Otis with the crown on?
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. mean, we all knew Otis had personality, right? I mean, by having him steal a crown, I was like, okay, cheesy, but they should have played it where the crown was just left somewhere and Otis found it and then was just like, oh, yeah. Ooh.
Oh, no, he did. It was left on a chair in the performance center, and him and Mandy were walking by. He's like, oh, look at that. It's sharp and shiny. I'm going to put it on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I missed that part then. That's how bad it was. I missed that part.
He picked it up off a chair, and then Barry Horton flipped the fuck out.
I missed that part. I must have been in the kitchen when that happened. See?
Yeah.
But see, they should have played that back at the beginning of the match. They didn't. All of a sudden, here comes Otis out with wearing the crown. How did he get the crown? Oh,
yeah, he took it off a chair.
I mean, they replayed several times when Boss Man drug Big Show's dad's fucking coffin through the streets. They replayed that several times. The very least that they could have done was replay Otis taking the crown, finding it on the chair. And I'm just saying. The
shit that cracks me up is when he's walking around. Oh, yeah. You like that, Mikey? Oh, yeah. Right now, Otis is the best thing going. And on to one of the best storylines they're building up, but it was horrible booking last night. Taking the titles off of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and giving them to Banks and Bailey. I hated that. I don't think it should have been done because you just got the Iconics back and they are in a storyline with Bliss and Cross.
Oh my God. I was like, what the actual fuck? There's no amount of what the fuck in the world right now that can prepare me to be like, what the fuck? Because that's exactly what happened. This was a what the fuck moment, what happened last night. Why would they do that? Why in the middle of a storyline would you do that? Now, the only way that you can book this is you have to have a triple threat a triple threat tag match at Backlash, and somehow the Iconics win the titles.
Or the Iconics become face, and which would be funny ass interactions between the Iconics and Sasha Banks and Bailey. I think that shit would be hilarious. But I don't like them doing that because the Iconics have come back very intense.
Yeah. That's why I don't get, like, you give the Iconics proper time, proper booking, the way that they're supposed to be booked, especially when you're building a feud for these tag team titles that you didn't book a feud with to begin with. And this is the route you go? Not saying that Bailey and Sasha didn't deserve it because they never rightfully even got a rematch for the belts because Sasha took off at WrestleMania. Okay. Was last year, right? Is that when it happened? But come on, man. Like, really? Like, I don't know. God, it's been that long since Sasha bonked out after WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Fuck. It's been a whole year and a half. Holy shit. I just realized that. But yeah, how? Why would they do that? I'm so, like, unless, like I said, if this doesn't end up with a triple threat match at Backlash, then I don't know.
Or the title's going back to Alexa and Nikki.
I'm fine with either one of those scenarios. But if there's not a triple threat match at Backlash for these tag titles, then this is all for naught. Because you've already booked the Iconics as contenders. They're supposed to be going at it at the pay-per-views. What you put the big money match in the pay-per-view. But now you have Bailey and Sasha. They stole the titles. And now Nikki and Alexa need a rematch. Because they've been hosting your flagship show. Your flagship segment show, which brought the Fiend and which brought back the Bray Wyatt Braun Strowman shit. Like, this is a key segment in the show. You have to book this match. You have to book the triple threat. There's no way. There's nothing else that goes. Because the rematch then sidesteps everything that the Iconics went through to try and get back onto the scene. But the only reason that I think this may have faltered is maybe something happened with the Iconics that we don't know about. We haven't got to that part yet. Maybe something. Yeah, because remember, rumors, shit that coming out of there that hasn't come out of there. I didn't even find anything in the dirt sheets roaming around the internet. So who knows? But I'm disappointed. Disappointed, sir.
I mean, right now, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are great TV.
Yeah.
Because Nikki is fucking wild and people love her.
Yeah.
Alexa is just a genuine babyface or heel, whichever one you want her to be. She will be.
Yeah, true.
But now you also have the Bailey and Sasha shit, where I think they fucked up last night is when Bailey, tagged herself in and drugged Sasha off of Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha should not have broke up the pin after Nikki's neckbreaker.
Oh, I know, which is like the match, but even with that, the match was still a great fucking match. Like, hands down, probably one of the best. I mean, Sasha and Bailey, we know are magic. Nikki and Alexa are magic, and when they fight each other, it was magic. Because remember, they fought each other a while back. But I don't know. I'm still upset about it. I'm broken, sir.
Yes. Anyway, I know you said you have a big the impact of Matt Riddle coming to SmackDown.
So you know that they made it a big deal with Kurt Angle because this was literally right after that amazing match with Timothy Thatcher.
Where he actually kicked 5 teeth out of Timothy Thatcher's face.
Mm-hmm. That match was something else. Those are matches that are needed to settle feuds. Like I want to see him and I want to see Matt Riddle and Brock Lesnar in that match. That would be brutal. You know it. You know that's like a wet dream. But anyways, all bullshit aside. So Matt Riddle is going to bring a lot of hype to this to the SmackDown. Imagine him against AJ Styles. Imagine him against Daniel Bryan. Imagine him against a variety of people. Hell, I even think he'd be great against Braun.
This also feeds into the Team Catch thing because Matt Riddle was part of Team Catch and Evolve with Drew Gulak.
Which would be, I love it. I'm down for it.
If you haven't watched that match from the last Evolve show, Matt Riddle versus Gulak was fucking phenomenal.
I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be real good. We're at a point, to me, we're at a point where, because I think Dijakovic going to Raw now, that's the big thing now too. That's
another big rumor, yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought that got announced like 3 or 4 weeks ago after his last match, and then we haven't heard nothing yet. We haven't heard.
He went on, I think they might have pulled it because he went on Twitter talking about he's going to be the next U.S. champion.
Yeah, this is going to be weird, but I don't know. Fuck it. Well, yeah, no, that's on Raw because the IC title is on
SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown. So that would be Raw. That's what I'm saying. I think Dijakovic's supposed to be going on Raw, which that's another story altogether.
So, in my opinion, last night was the biggest night in Drew Gulak's career. He picked up a clean victory over AJ Styles.
That's what AJ Styles gets for underestimating people, which he's done before, and he's taken L's before. Listen. Drew Gulak is not James Ellsworth, AJ Styles. You go into a ring and be like, oh, I know I'm going to beat this dude and have this dude in Styles class position for enough time to pour a cup of coffee, drink it, and then eat a few crumpets. That's what the fuck you going to get. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm happy that they booked it that way. Never underestimate Drew fucking Gulak, okay? Under any circumstance whatsoever. But, man, that just brought a lot of intrigue to this Intercontinental title match, bro. Like,
dude, that promo Daniel Bryan cut last night was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually would have been awesome if he would have went out even into the crowd and, like, with some of the NXT dudes and would have been like, I'd be happy to defend the title against this dude and this dude and this. Yeah, like I said, this dude and this dude and this dude, and that would have even been more hype. Like that would have been I think that would have been pipe bomb levels of promo and hard times level of promo. But it was there. It was almost there. So, I mean, I'm excited
for the match. I'm excited for the match next week. AJ versus Daniel. That's just going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, because that's when I don't know who's going to win because it's either you book Daniel Bryan to win and you have really good Intercontinental title matches, or you have AJ Styles play that dude as a heel and get his way.
And you have phenomenal pay-per-view matches.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's going to be something. Depends on which one you value more.
See, what else going on in SmackDown? We got that whole hijink shit between The Miz and Morrison. People are shitting on. But I'm like, this is why you brought John Morrison back. To be a fucking asshole and to be a jackass with The Miz. That's why John Morrison is back in the WWE.
Hey, they warned us. They said that what we're about to do, some people view as childish, juvenile. You know what I'm saying? They warned us before it happened. And when they said it, I'm like, oh my fucking God, they're going to do some dumb shit, aren't they? And they just showed up.
John Morrison has been fantastic since coming back to the WWE.
He's been perfect. I mean, they booked him exactly the way that he needs to be booked. I can't argue with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been legit. I like it. I appreciate John Morrison and everything that he's done. Okay, but pissing on Braun Strowman is not probably what you want to do.
No. Yeah, Braun is probably going to eat these two men on next week, but
and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with them killing two men. That's what Braun Strowman should be doing. Killing two men. That's how Braun Strowman started his career. Killing two people at the same time. Just let him do it.
All right. So next up, let's talk about NXT. The things that have been going on in NXT have been phenomenal. With Dexter Lumis just stalking the Undisputed Era for no fucking reason.
Say he's gonna put them all in an ambulance and drive off.
That fucking drawing he did where he had them all tied up in the car and just
yeah. Oh my God. Really, Mr. Lumis? Really? You've just given your evidence for kidnapping, for 3 charges of kidnapping. And given the fact that we've had people literally kidnapped on NXT, maybe he's the ringleader. Maybe he's just stealing wrestlers at this point. I don't fucking know.
Well, I'm a little disappointed that they don't have Roderick Strong versus Dexter Lumis on the card in your house, but that's a little. I'm a little disappointed at that, but it is what it is. I'm a fan of Dexter Lumis. I know he's going to get involved in the main event when we get there. But this past Wednesday night, we saw the return of everybody's favorite dancing duo, Breezango.
Yes, in an impressive Performance, outlasting of Fish and Strong, and
only working in fucking that dude.
Yeah, which is another question on that one because Danny Burch. Another question on that one.
They were the number one contenders.
Yeah, they booked them as like they booked them with promos and shit. Like, oh, yo, this is who you should be invested in, and then all of a sudden,
because they're actually feuding with Bartho and fucking Archer.
Yeah, which is like okay.
But Fandango came back last night. You cannot have Fandango come back and give him an L in his first match back.
True, but then now you have those 2 Indian dudes that came out, and I'm like,
the featured jobbers of all in America. Yes,
they won't be jobbing on Raw because Triple H will make sure they stay on NXT. Anyway,
they are greener than fucking AOP was when they made their debut.
Good, let them be green on NXT. Don't let them be green anywhere else because Vince will be like, you guys just sitting over there.
Vince is going to be like, oh, yes, I love you, big man, but you can't wrestle. So you're just going to job out to Drake Maverick.
Yikes. Imagine them two, though, against the AOP. That would be a fun match. But you have to...
We never actually got the Viking Raiders versus the AOP. That needs to happen before any other giant tag team fights the AOP.
Well, okay, so now that's one thing on Raw that we forgot about to talk about. The tag team, if anything you can do, we can do better type shit. And I'm like, oh my God. Are they fighting at Backlash?
The only promising thing I see coming out of this is the Viking Raiders going back to New Japan and Ring of Honor.
Or getting traded to SmackDown to help out with the tag division since it's gutted. Anyways.
Yeah, then you'd have the War Raiders against the New Day.
Yeah. I mean, the division's gutted right now. I mean, who are we going to have? Cesaro and Nakamura win the tag team titles?
Well, because Tucker's injured.
Yeah, Tucker's injured.
And unfortunately, he's going to get tossed aside because Otis is a white hot.
Unless they make Tucker a bad guy.
Or the rumor is that Otis is going to cash in the Money in the Bank for the tag team titles.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen, but who knows what Otis is going to do? Otis might accidentally win a championship.
Otis has his peach. He's happy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We need to have an MVP, not MVP, a Mr. Kennedy style thing where he loses the belt. It's not like, it's just weird. It's weird having Otis as the Money in the Bank. It's hilarious and it's funny. And that's no knock on Otis. I love Otis. But you're like, you don't need Otis doesn't need the Money in the Bank championship to be Otis, right? Otis is a living, breathing entity in and of itself. Okay? He doesn't need the Money in the Bank briefcase. He's got his peach. Like you said, which holds up a lot of things. I really wish AJ Styles had the Money in the Bank and we could have relived the events of WWE 2K19. That would have been fun. I'm here for that.
So also, I am enjoying the booking of this, but it's a little weird since she's supposed to be in a storyline with Mandy. But Sonya Deville and Lacey Evans have tried to kill each other the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Did you see SmackDown yesterday, though?
Yes, they tried to kill each other again.
Yeah, and then Mandy Rose got right back involved again. I said, we're going to loop this some bitch right back around one more again.
Sonya Deville did that weird pull-down neck move on the edge of the apron, which looked very nasty and dangerous.
Yeah. But you know they're booking Lacey Evans the right way, though. I mean, if Lacey Evans would have lost this feud, I would have been like, I don't know about that.
You have a Marine fighting an...
Yeah. I'm just, that would... See, Lacey Evans needs a title shot, a solo one again. But, like, Lacey Evans needs the belt. If we're going to book Lacey Evans as the single mom Marine ass kicker, which she's not a single mom, she's actually married, but apples, oranges, whatever. Anyways, that's not what I'm going to say. Anyways, the real conversation is...
It's not a fucking U.S. any type of military, but they still book him as one.
Well, I mean, Jackson Riker's going to end up without a job if you don't shut his fucking mouth. But that's even, well, stop his Twitter fingers, excuse me. All jokes and bullshit aside, Lacey Evans needs a title shot. But this was really impressive work by Sonya Deville. Again, I'm very impressed by Sonya Deville's acting. She's really grown as a performer. And finally, with the opportunity to showcase her skills, she's right there. This Mandy Rose is going to be back on next. That feud is back on. You know it's back on. They got to do something really brutal and badass at Backlash. Nothing else will be accepted. So,
all right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show now, and that is the NXT Takeover in your house predictions.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be starting off with these predictions with the match featuring Mia Yim, Tegan Nox, and Shotzi Blackheart, who I am surprised still has a neck after that fucking coffin drop she tried 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And damn near killed herself.
Yeah.
Versus Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez.
I'm really surprised that they actually went with this because, well, I was and wasn't surprised because once I saw the blow-off match yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever it happened, I was like, okay, this is going to lead up into this triple threat match. It'll be the 6-man tag. And because Mia Yim and Candice LeRae make a compelling story in and of itself. Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai.
Those promos have been hilarious.
Yeah, it has. Shotzi Blackheart and Raquel Gonzalez are a perfect match of one is unadulterated rage in Raquel Gonzalez, and one is unadulterated heart and rage in Shotzi Blackheart. That match that they had last week was A+. Even
like
with Raquel Gonzalez.
Shotzi Blackheart tried to kill herself in that match.
I mean, she gave away about a foot of height and about 20 pounds to Raquel Gonzalez. You better give single thing you got.
But when you're doing a coffin drop, make sure you're going in the right place where the people are.
They don't call it a coffin drop because you plan to live afterwards. Anyways,
Okay, Darby Allin.
But I'm actually excited to see how all this turns out. Tegan Knox and Shotzi Blackheart and Mia Yim have been on the losing end of a few of these matches when the other three are involved. Yeah. If they don't pull off a win here, something's wrong.
We got the fight forever shit with Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai.
Uh-huh.
Raquel Gonzalez, she can come and go. I'm a fan of Shotzi Blackheart.
Yep.
Mia Yim and Candice LeRae. Unfortunately for that women's division over there, having Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley in it, I don't see either one of those two actually going over either one of those two anytime soon.
Well, that's going to lead us probably into the women's match, which we're going to talk about in a little, the other women's match. But I mean, you're going to have to in this match, you have to establish who's next in line, and that's kind of where this goes. What three contenders are going to be next in line for Charlotte's belt, or eventually, or whoever wins this match's belt? I, for one, like I said, you got to book Mia Yim, Tegan Knox, and Shotzi Blackheart, because Shotzi Blackheart has put on some impressive performances. I can honestly see her in going against Ripley, or oh my God, my brain is just like fucked up. Ripley, Charlotte Flair, or
Io Shirai.
Io Shirai. See, it's the Io part that fucks with me. That's what it is. I think Shotzi Blackheart has to be the one that proves herself in this match. Because listen, what do you think is going to happen if Io Shirai faces Candice LeRae? What do you think is going to happen when Rhea Ripley faces Candice LeRae? What do you think is going to happen when Charlotte Flair faces Candice LeRae? Nothing. Raquel Gonzalez is too green to go against any of those three. Dakota Kai, Rhea Ripley's going to kill her the next time they probably meet after what happened. Io Shirai just kills people for fun, and Charlotte Flair is just miles ahead of everybody else. So now you have to book the faces to win at this point, especially if you're planning on having Charlotte Flair win. I think that's kind of win. If Rhea Ripley wins, then, or let me put it to you this way: if the heels win, that means that Io Shirai or Io Shirai or Rhea Ripley is going to win. If the faces win, then Charlotte Flair is going to be the one that is going to be that wins that match. But that's, again, it's basically.
I'm going to go with the heels because it's NXT and the heels win a lot. So.
Unfortunately, you're right. I just think that based off of where this goes, the faces really, really need this one because the heels have won up these three ladies over and over and over again for weeks.
So you're taking the faces, I'm taking the heels.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have a matchup that happened in Ring of Honor a couple of times, but has now made its way to NXT. And that is Prince Balor taking on the living vampire, Damian Priest.
Yes. I'm gonna hit the Lance Storm. If I can be serious for a minute, Damian Priest is on borrowed time, unfortunately. Damian Priest, to me, is Baron Corbin with less personality, but more evilish heel tactics. Okay. I'm not saying that he's not talented. Damian Priest is uber talented, but he's not the type of person that says, you know what? I think this man needs a run. I thought I gave him a real big opportunity at the beginning of this when he fought what's the dude that used to be in oh my goodness, in the group with Eric Young and them.
Killian Dane?
Yeah. So Killian Dane and Damian Priest went to war with each other. And I came out of that more impressed with Killian Dane than Damian Priest, even though Damian Priest won a couple of those matches. Even the war with Dijakovic and Keith Lee, I didn't come out impressed with Damian Priest. I need to see something from Damian Priest in this match. I need to find out if he's worth the hype because Damian Priest is also known as what was his name in Ring of Honor?
Mercedes Martinez.
No, Punishment Martinez. Punishment Martinez. And
I know you're a woman. I apologize.
and it's sort of the same gimmick, but for some reason it made more sense in Ring of Honor than it does now. But I don't have that feeling. And especially now, if you're going to make Finn Balor the dude that takes the title from Walter, Finn Balor has to win this match.
See, the best thing about this little rivalry going on right now is the fact that it gave Cameron Grimes a push.
Yeah, it did.
Cameron Grimes beat Finn Balor.
Yeah, which I'm like, this dude has been rolling. And then, speaking of Cameron Grimes, that was funny as shit on Wednesday. Did you see that shit? Did you see what Cameron Grimes? I love Cameron Grimes, even though I hate his ass at the same time. But you got like Finn Balor. Like if we're booking Finn Balor to beat, not beat, but go against Walter, he has to win this match.
Well, it's gonna more than likely be the Demon against Walter.
Still, so the only other way that this doesn't work out is if what's his name? Would Aichner and them take out Finn Balor for Walter during this? I'm good. This nigga said I'm going with Gangrel. Toby. This is
Hell
hilarious.
yeah! So he's got a Damian Priest in there. Hell yeah!
Now I got so if it goes dirty, which this is the only way. I think that's probably gonna have to be the way it goes. It has to go dirty because we gotta hype up this thing. Fuck it, I'm gonna go with Damian Priest off with dirty tactics.
I gotta go with Damian here too. I don't think Finn Balor is too proud to give somebody who needs a rub. And like you said, Damian Priest severely needs one right now.
Yeah, but I think we need some Walter shenanigans in order to make this work.
But
I know.
And the other two are tag team champions because they're almost stuck in England.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like we need some Walter love on that one. Like we need Walter Aichner and them to just do something. I don't know. Fucking something.
Right. Next up we have what I think is going to be the show stealer this night. We have the North American Championship. Bask in his glory. Keith Lee taking on Johnny motherfucking Takeover.
This is a tough one because the big word that my understanding is, and this is just, a little bubble word. He said, okay, how about rights to censor? This nigga told me the move. All bullshit aside, the word is that Keith Lee may or may not be coming to SmackDown.
Okay, so I'm going to start to put them out there right now. The rumors of people being called up right now are Velveteen Dream, Io Shirai, Keith Lee, Dijakovic, and there's one more. Anyway, but those are the four big names.
Yeah. We're in a weird spot with that. You see what I'm saying? Like we're in a weird place.
Can you actually put Gargano over Keith Lee with the way Keith Lee is and what he has gone through to get this championship?
Not without shenanigans, no. But remember, Johnny Gargano is Johnny Wrestling. Is going to be on NXT forever. Like Johnny Gargano wants to be on is NXT. Johnny NXT. Johnny Wrestling. I don't think like he's been the king of shenanigans this whole feud, though. You know what I'm saying? Like
he straight took out his car keys and stabbed him in the eye.
Yeah. That's what I'm just like. But at the same time, I can imagine him trying to pull off these shenanigans and Keith Lee absolutely murdering this dude. At the same, like as we all remember this? And then Keith Lee popped up behind the nigga's shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember when he knocked Adam Cole 6 rows into the fucking audience?
So with that said, I think Keith Lee still has some more life in NXT to do because the man needs an actual. I think he needs an NXT championship run.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the rumors here because Keith Lee was so beloved at Survivor Series, the whole NXT invasion of Survivor Series, and the Royal Rumble. I do think Keith Lee is getting called up, and I do think Johnny Gargano gets the NXT North American Championship back.
That'd be interesting. I mean, because somebody needs to get called up in order to move the next level of people up. And there's
if you think about it, Keith Lee is the perfect person who might take this belt off Wrasslin.
Yeah, which is true. There's so many things that can be done at this point in NXT, especially between Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley, with either or, because any of those two in the women's division. Imagine Rhea Ripley coming in and because Bayley's beating everybody else. Remember we had the same scenario with Shayna Baszler. She's beating everybody else. Oh, here comes fucking Rhea Ripley. You know what I'm saying? But yes, you're right. I also
think Io Shirai is coming to Raw to go after Nia Jax because of what she did to her sister.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Because her and Kairi Sane are actually blood sisters.
Yeah, blood sisters. Yeah. So
next up, we have the most intriguing match on this card. And I think I know you know what match I'm talking about here.
Uh-huh.
We have Tommaso Ciampa taking on Karrion Kross.
This is a tough one. It's tough because you have on one side Tommaso Ciampa losing his feud to Johnny Gargano, and he needs a win. On the other side of this, you have Karrion Kross coming in, and he needs a big win to establish himself.
Did you see the way he threw around Bronson on fucking Wednesday?
Yeah. This could be one of those things where it could be a Velveteen Dream moment where the established star beats the new guy, even though Karrion Kross is not a new guy in the sense of wrestling, but a new guy to NXT. But Tommaso Ciampa needs this win more than Kross, to me, because Kross has already won on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Ciampa destroyed the same jobber 2 weeks in a row.
Hey, it counts as a W, okay?
And that's the same poor black dude who got his face kicked off by Sheamus the week before on SmackDown.
Speaking of poor African American men that get fucked up in wrestling, that dude that's on AEW with the braids, that dude has consistently been getting his ass kicked for months now, since the pandemic. He has suffered greatly since the start of this pandemic. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. His name is Lee something or DW.
But okay, so
back on the subject.
Very interesting because you have two dynamic evil personalities getting ready to meet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like,
I could see a double count out or a no contest here.
Yeah,
and that would work.
Yeah, I would be happy. See, this is where I'm at with. This is where I think this one's gonna go. Either a double count out, or both of them knocked out or something. And it kind of spills into a feud for the NXT championship later on down the line, or some shit. Kind of like how Dijakovic and Keith Lee spilled into the North American championship. Like I can envision that type of scenario. You have to establish these stars. Kross is going to be your next big star.
Now, okay, do you think Ciampa would be willing to take the John Cena beating that Brock Lesnar gave him when he came back?
I don't know.
Put Karrion Kross over as the most dangerous man in NXT?
See, I don't know, because so it goes back to the point where Ciampa needs this win. He needs to win. So even if he gets lucky this time and then takes that beating the next time, he needs a win. Like he's lost. So right now he's
he
on
lost the big matches as of late.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because he lost to Adam Cole because of Gargano. He's lost to Balor, and then he lost to Gargano, and like he's taking this many L's. Like it's gonna. Right now, I'm disenfranchised. If he takes another L, I'm disenfranchised by the mystique of Tommaso Ciampa because he went through all that hell to come back from this neck injury and did all this shit for what?
But see, I think that adds to his story because he's still battling uphill. He doesn't have to worry about Gargano no more.
Yeah, but now he has to worry about a bigger shark. Shoot, Cross is a bigger shark in the water. You kidding me? Playoffs? No.
So I'm gonna predict this match either goes. I think it's gonna go no contest, double count out. He's still gonna brutalize each other.
Yeah, we need that. I think it eventually needs to spill into a heavyweight title shot somehow with a triple threat with Adam Cole, which is we'll get to that match in a little bit. But
so next up we have the NXT Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair has been pulling triple duty for the last 6 weeks. She's been wrestling on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, which I think is going to cause her demise in this match.
I was upset. I was upset at WrestleMania when they put Charlotte Flair over Rhea Ripley.
But it was because of visa issues. That's why that happened.
I understand that it was because of visa issues. But shit, Rhea Ripley was around when Charlotte Flair beat Io Shirai.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, this shit happens.
At the end of the day, they're basically telling you Charlotte Flair is the most important wrestler in the world right now.
And she's not. I hate to break it to people, she's not. While she's a great promo like her dad.
She's a great wrestler.
She's a great wrestler. I get that part. But to have her be the NXT champion, to me, is like, I don't know, especially when you have something good. Like, you finally took the belt off of Shayna Baszler with Rhea Ripley, and then all of a sudden, you just give it to Charlotte Flair. At some point, you might as well just have kept the belt on Shayna Baszler, and you know what I'm saying, and have Rhea Ripley come in and do what she need to do and shit like that. But no, and on Raw against Becky Lynch and whatever the fuck. But Io Shirai is a killer. Rhea Ripley's a killer. Charlotte Flair's on borrowed time because of one of these two killers is going to come and kill somebody, and she's been overstretching her own schedule. That's going to come into play. It's a long-term storytelling. Yes, you're on these 3 shows every fucking week. Stop, or you're going to get your fucking ass killed. And that's
I'm just going to throw out a prediction right there. I think Rhea Ripley gets her title back tomorrow night.
She needs to. It's either she does, and if she doesn't, then they got to bring her to SmackDown, and they think that's going to be it. That's to me that's the only way that the only place this goes. If Rhea Ripley doesn't get her title back, then she needs to go to SmackDown.
So you picking Rhea too?
Yeah, I'm picking Rhea.
Okay. So next up we have the Velveteen Dream has been playing the long game for 2 years in his feud with the Undisputed Era. Everybody thought it was all about Roderick Strong and Velveteen Dream getting at Roderick Strong, doing things to Roderick Strong. But when they legitimately broke this man's back on a pile of bricks, it came out that the Velveteen Dream was all about Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah.
And now we have a backlot brawl between these two.
That's always fun. Last backlot, really good backlot brawl that we've had. Was Goldust and Roddy Piper.
The OJ footage, baby. The OJ footage.
I don't know. Something about a backlot brawl for the NXT Championship screams that Adam Cole's going to find a way to win this match again.
And this is where I think Dexter Lumis is going to kidnap a couple of the Undisputed Era. in this match.
It seems like the only way this is going to work. See, there's a lot of factors into play because we're in the middle of June, almost in the middle of June. Well, no, beginning of June, excuse me. Adam Cole's.
They need to bring back the old days of ECW, Sabu, and Terry Funk. You know, I bet Terry Funk will probably try and wrestle with this pay-per-view if he fucking had a chance to.
Yeah, I know, right? Shit. So Adam Cole's contract ends in August.
And I asked you guys that question on whether because Britt Baker wants him to come to AEW and be with his family.
Man, listen. As much sense and as much fun as it probably would be, Adam Cole is undisputedly one of the best heels that has ever healed in the history of healing. Okay, if NXT doesn't find a way to give Adam Cole and Red Dragon and Roderick Strong a bunch of money and a bigger spotlight, then WWE is fucked up. Adam Cole is money.
All right, so much like I said about Keith Lee, during the whole NXT invasion, Adam Cole beat Daniel Bryan. He beat Seth Rollins. He beat every main star on the main shows on Raw and SmackDown in their own house. He beat them.
Yep. And the Undisputed Era did what they were supposed to do. They caused chaos and they dominated, which goes back to if we put the Velveteen Dream after fighting for this long should win the title. But what does that mean for the Undisputed Era? Do they sign a big money contract and go to the to SmackDown or Raw? Or
I honestly think what's going to happen here is the Velveteen Dream will be on Monday Night Raw in the next couple weeks. I think WWE has no choice but to back up the Brinks truck and re-sign these four men, keep them in NXT for a while longer, just because they're so recognizable and they really are the ones who are selling this brand.
Yeah. Undisputed Era is the hottest wrestling group in professional wrestling, hands down, no question. But that's tough. Imagine if somehow you push Velveteen Dream to Raw or SmackDown, and then you somehow still lose Adam Cole and the rest of Undisputed Era.
Well, the other three still have 2 years on their deal. Adam Cole's the only one whose contract is coming up.
Which is interesting because they all signed at the same time.
No, you got to remember, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly were in WWE for 3 years before Adam Cole signed. Remember, they're wrestling as individuals because Bobby Fish was injured and O'Reilly was wrestling singles matches on NXT. Roderick Strong came the year after.
Yeah, Roderick Strong came a year later. I know that.
Last one.
So either way, you can't have. So it goes back to what I'm saying. You can't have Red Dragon by themselves. Okay, like Red Dragon is Red Dragon. It's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. They made themselves a Ring of Honor as Red Dragon.
Yep.
Even though they,
Roderick Strong.
Yeah, Roderick Strong is probably the biggest benefactor of this one because he does have the personality and the promo to be.
And he's the workhorse.
Yeah, he's the workhorse. This is a tough one. I'll go with Adam Cole.
I'm going with Adam Cole, so Andy's going to get a big payday. Velveteen Dream will finally have his dream of when he had it on his tights. Call me up, Vince. Happen here pretty soon. And so we want to thank you all for joining us here tonight on the best damn wrestling talk show on the internet. You got to see Hollywood J-Blaq eat what looked like a donut.
It was a donut, okay? Homer Simpson special.
But NXT in Your House is tomorrow night at 4 o'clock on the WWE Network. We are not supported by the WWE Network, but we're showing it right there. And if they want to throw some backing at us, you're more than welcome to.
Yes, bring back up the Brinks truck or just some free subscriptions and we'll be fine. Anyways.
A couple G's, we could. Anyways, this has been the Industry Outsiders. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you soon. You got anything left to say, my friend?
Make sure you like and subscribe on both YouTube and Facebook, where we come live every time we do this on both sides. We get you live on Facebook. We get you live on YouTube. Join us. Let's have some fun. And every show that we do live is going to be streamed live on YouTube and Facebook. Don't be shy. Come on over. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us up until then. And anything else is gravy. But until next week, we out this bitch. Deuces.